Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The Isupk, under Commander General Yohana, will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family.
Wait till I get with you. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear stand down. All you gonna see is a lot of man down.
The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The Lord's 54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself. Pull yourself.
We bout to bombard they whole operation. Certified priest, prophesying this my occupation. This shit outrageous. They done made the truth docile. That's why we on the corner crying aloud, looking hostile. It's UPK style. Can't stop now. Far this warfare couldn't last one round. Let the oppressor rise, and let the rich mourn till the sundown. Enough with these chickens. About to make it hot, call it compound. My niggas put the guns in the drugs down. Dwelling in peace till the Lord called for the bloodhounds. Try to decide my death and got beside yourself. Swore drawn for what you perform. How you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his lies and events. Ain't got no love for them crackers. Nah, just cruel intentions. And in my father's house is spinning mansions. I got plenty bitches. Brother and vengeance, this your death sentence. I'm talking this slaughter. Yeah. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise and fill the world with lies. Ain't die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's at the end of this. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah. Now they shook from vicious words out this handed book. Bout to take these rappers back to school. My flow standing hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for them devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man a stiff corpse. You see a flag in a badge, I see horns in a pitchfork. Go ahead. So please believe it, the white man is a demon. And I ain't gon' vote for them to free me. No. They beat us till we the color purple
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back! Ah!
It's okay, I'm not here again.
When Westworld, let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the peace loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pacing. You off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. But the power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest, they gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high, now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from have-nots. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
No, they killed. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Alright. Make sure I got everything. Alright. Alright, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shemanathon by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. Of course, this is another day. Another day of Brotherhood breakdown. Of course, we about to go over multiple topics. The first one, of course, we're gonna go over is this Tyree Nichols situation with the police. All right, and then if you can you give me Lamentations 4 and 17, if you could. You understand? So what we've come to realize now over these few weeks that this has transpired, you start to realize that black men really hate each other, man. And because they love their oppressor so much, they hate their own. You understand? They are willing to die or kill for the person that has beaten, lynched, killed, dragged, raped, and murdered their foreparents. You understand? I just still don't understand how you have this much love for people who has done you so wrong in times come. Right. You understand? I don't understand how you can see all of the things that has happened to blacks and Hispanics and not understand that that we are in a time where we are absolutely destroyed. And not only are we destroyed, we are oppressed to the point where we don't even know that that other black man, that other black brother is your family, man. You look at him like we bleed blue. So now you have a black police officer and a white police officer. I posted a picture up earlier of a black police officer and a white police officer with their hands like this together. And one of them says, his life matter, and the other one says his life matter too. So what they want you to do is think that that they love you, because the agenda is, as long as you feel loved by them, then you hate your brothers, or you feel hated by your brothers. It becomes to the point where it's a challenge that in order to keep their love, you have to do something harmful to your own brothers, man. And that alone is just so despicable, and it's a horrible thing to do, especially when the black and Hispanic neighborhoods are in the position that they're in today. All right, if you could give me Lamentations 4 and 17. Let me get that with you.
Come on, sir.
All right, I'm good.
You there, sir?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
It says what?
As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
What does this mean? That as for us, now who is this talking about? Of course, it's talking about blacks and Hispanics. It's talking about Israel at the time, right? And it says what? Read that again.
As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
Our eyes have failed for the vain help we've had. The Christian church and our black leaders and the ones who should be the gatekeepers and the ones who are supposed to secure our nation. And I'm talking the nation of Israel. I am not talking about the nation of America. I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics, North American Indians who have no one that can secure them from all the pain and the death and the murder that this nation is bringing to it.
Right.
Our Christian pastor has done nothing to help us to become mightier men for our nation. Our mayors, our senators in these black neighborhoods, you would think once you put them in office that they would do something to help the communities that they was raised in, but they don't. Our eyes have failed. We don't see anything that can help us because the help that we've been getting has never worked. You understand? Read.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
And I'm watching, what nation have we been watching and thinking that we can be saved? Go ahead.
It's like it served America.
Yeah, that's exactly. We've asked them for everything. We've asked them for reparations, for 40 acres and a mule. We've asked them for link cards and public assistance and anything that we can to help us get up out of this situation, this destruction that we in. But they can't save us. This destruction that we in right now, is meant to happen. Now, on the scale that is happening is the reason why the so-called oppressor will get his turn at judgment. But at the end of the day, the Lord made him for the cause of being our whipping stick. He just does it better than any other nation on this earth. You understand? For this exact reason is why the Christian pastor is allowing you to do anything you want to in a Christian church, man. You can be a homosexual in a Christian church. You can be a gangbanger in a Christian church. You can be an adulterer. You can do whatever. You can be a drag queen in a Christian church. Now, I'm not going to jump to my next story, but you can do whatever you want to in the Christian church, man. And they're absolutely fine with it. As long as you paying them their money. That's all they care about.
Right.
They want their bread, man. They are pimps. They were the first pimps. You understand? And they turn all of these women in the Christian church, they turn them into whores. You understand? They turn them into whores for the white Jesus Christ, who is really Caesar Borgia. You understand? He's not even what the Bible describes as the real Christ. And why everybody think that, they know so much about the Bible, then why haven't your Christian pastor showed you the scripture where it says he has hair like his hair was white and like wool? You understand? Like why haven't they showed you that the color of his feet was like bronze, as if it was burning fire? Why do they skip over these scriptures in the Christian church? Because they don't want to save you. All they want is the money, man.
Right.
They said, what did he say? He said they make you hate yourself but love their wealth. That's all they care about. The white man has continued to be a diabolical bastard on this earth, man. And to the blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians, man, they have no care. They have no care. Why? How do I know they have no care? Because anytime you see a white motivated killing, that's a police killing, you have everybody and their mama to back him up. Those white police officers who just tased that NAACP cousin and killed him, why don't we hear about this anymore? Where has that story gone? Because now you have a bigger story. It's the same rhetoric that they pull in the news. Let's not talk about white crimes. Let's talk about how black people are committing crimes against black people. This is what America is trying to put. That's why it says they're the king of the airwaves, because they just that quick made you forget that all these blacks has been killed over time. The George Floyds, the Breonna Taylors, Philando Castillo's, Alton Sterling, like all these brothers and sisters have been killed, and now this is the biggest story on TV. And they're gonna ring this story out. They're gonna make sure that this story, first of all, they're gonna make sure them brothers get whatever the law is, the extended version of that, whatever they can get, they're gonna get it. All 5 of them.
Right.
But you do realize that there's really 6 officers. Now let's not forget about that. Guess what race that 6th officer is? Just guess. He's a so-called oppressor. No, not a so-called oppressor. He is the oppressor. That oppressor, he got relieved of his duties. While those five, Jakes is in jail right now, or bonded out, or whatever the case may be, they're fighting for their life right now. And this one oppressor, man, all he did was got relieved of his job, man. Guess what he gonna do? He gonna find him another police job somewhere else in a couple cities down.
Right.
That's why the Bible says, don't join these people, man, because their law is their law. They can manipulate their law how they want to manipulate it, because they love their people enough to manipulate it for them. You don't love your people enough to not want to break the law. First of all, the law of the Lord. The law of the Most High, man. The law of the Most High says, do not kill your brother, man. Love your brother like you love yourself. Where was the love when y'all was kicking his brother in the face like he was a football? You understand? Go ahead,
Salak, yes, sir. If I could,
no, you good.
What you bringing out is so heavy, because I don't know how true it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna name the source where I got it from, but supposedly this stemmed over the brother was dating one of the officer's ex-girlfriend.
Good night. Are you kidding me?
Somebody sent it to me today, and that supposedly what the issue was, and he sent a picture to his ex-girlfriend after they had him on the ground doing what they did. So, like you was just bringing out earlier, so heavy, they gonna keep blasting this because this what they want us to see. And by that type of post coming out, you right on point, because you didn't even know that I was gonna tell you that. And for you to bring it out so heavy like that, and that's exactly what they pushing, because they want you. At first, they started out saying that he was reckless driving, but now that's not enough. Now they want you to feel like it's about over a woman.
Good night, man. Look, if the Bible ain't real, then tell me how it said this a long time ago. And in the 5 books of Moses, he told you not to do certain things, because if you do, you were going to be destroyed. And just that coming out, the brother was dealing with the brother's ex-wife or ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, baby mama. You understand? And the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, not covet your neighbor's wife. Now, this brother, of course, she shouldn't have been an ex. She definitely should. They should still be together, because, of course, the Lord is not with divorce. And once you have sex, of course they had sex because the brother got a kid by, you know. So this is destruction on both sides of the map. And you got to realize this as well. You know, if the brother wouldn't have threw his rib away, his wife away, or his wife would have threw him away, this brother wouldn't have never had a chance to get with her. And this is why these tensions is flaring up. You understand? And this police officer was probably bullied in high school. He probably didn't make the basketball team or the football team or something like that. And when he got older, he said, well, I'm gonna get my lick back on everybody who used to take the girls that I liked. And now he has the power to control the narrative, and the brother is just willing to kill his brother, man, for the same reason that the white man kills us today, because he knows that he has the might in his hand to do it, and we can't do nothing about it. You understand? If you can, read a little bit more now.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
What they did to that brother, man, is they hunted his steps. And don't get me wrong, just because these were, so-called Judites or so-called African Americans, not so-called Judites, but so-called African Americans that did this to him, and not the white man, it doesn't mean that the oppressor's agenda wasn't what they were following. It says you are of your father, Satan, the devil, because you will follow all of his ways.
Right.
In the ways of the Most High is not to kill your brother over no female, man.
Right.
Like, it ain't no box. Look, I don't know a boxer in the world that's good enough for you to have to kill a man over it, man. It's a box. Go get you another one. It's 7-1. You can go get 2 boxes according to the Lord, 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up. You could be like Basket of Robbins. You get 32 flavors. However you want to do it, man. But to kill a man over some box, man, you are just insane. You have went crazy over a situation you couldn't control. And this is the issue with the policing of today anyway. These police have no self-control. They supposed to be the ones that protect the neighborhoods of the United States of America, but they are not controlled. They don't have enough control to protect the nations or the neighborhoods in this nation. Guess who is? The ISUPK, the priest in the ISUPK, we have self-control.
That's right.
You understand? This is the reason why it's being passed down through Commander Junior Hunter to all these brothers that stand before, this nation and say that I will do what the Most High told me to do. I will protect this nation. I will do the right things and not the wrong things. You don't have to worry about us policing our people the wrong way.
That's right.
You ain't got to worry about us being unbrotherly to our brothers, unsisterly to our sisters. Our feast days is off the chain. No one goes home and they're put in a bad situation where they may kill themselves driving and all that. But this is the ultimate law enforcement here. But with this law enforcement, it comes with some brotherly love. It's just that when that law enforcement reached that brother, it was no brotherly love behind it.
Right.
It's like, go ahead. Did you have something? I saw you looking up, so I didn't know if he was.
I mean, if I could, just what you're saying is just so heavy because, like you said, like the spirit that was on them brothers, you know, like for you to just go that insane over a woman and to be able to have these guys with you, it's kind of like saying that maybe these guys experience things like that themselves. So that's why they were so willingly to be with you on this, pulling this guy over, because what gets me is this. You say he was driving a certain way, but you don't have that on camera.
Right.
But your cameras are on when you pulling with no professionalism, how you pulling them out the car. You know, which tells me that everybody adrenaline was probably pumping so hard and been getting ready to do this, commit this insane act that when the camera should have been on, it wasn't on. When it should have been off, it was on.
Right. Now, I noticed that too. Here's another thing I noticed. You don't usually, a routine traffic stop don't usually start with 2 squad cars. It usually doesn't. You may have it, but this is how ironic is it that there was 2 squad cars on deck for this stop. For some reason, you know what I'm saying? Usually you'll see a person doing something, you catch them right then and there. What's the chances that y'all on a buddy system right now? You driving right behind me and we both pull somebody over. It just seems like it was a targeted thing, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that that's what's gonna come out later on. That they already knew what was going on with this, but they probably knew what time he got off work, because of course the brother's ex, worked with him, and they probably stalked the brother down, man, which is a horrible thing you can do to a black man, especially when you're a black man and you have to deal with the same type of hell every single day when you leave the house. You don't know if you're gonna be the next person stopped. I don't care if you're a police officer or not. There's been times when police officers, military men have been stalked down by other police, tased and all that. You're not safe.
That's right.
So why do you think you can do that to another brother, man? If you should already feel his pain. So go ahead.
Come. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps, man. They absolutely hunt our steps, man. George Floyd, they hunted his steps. Eric Gardner, they hunted his steps. Trayvon Martin, even though it wasn't the police, hell, his forefathers is the one who created the police department. The oppressor is the police department. I don't know if you understand that Neighborhood Watch didn't start in the black neighborhoods.
Right.
Neighborhood Watch started when black people started moving in white people neighborhoods.
Right.
This is why that started, because they was policing their own blocks. They've always done it. And for us to just join the police, man, we hunting our own brother's steps now, man. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't suggest you do it. You're gonna end up like these 5 brothers who's about to face life in jail for doing something that if it was 5 white officers, they would have got away with. All right, read.
Come. That we cannot go in our streets.
We cannot what?
That we cannot go in our street.
Now, we thought that if we start electing black mayors and black governors and black chiefs of police officers, the chief of police is a female. Am I not mistaken? In Memphis, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's a sister, and she said that she was not excited. She appreciated how quickly they got those police officers off the street and made sure that this investigation started right away. This is this sister. So we thought that if we get the white man out of our neighborhoods, and if we policed ourselves, that we would be in a better place. But here's the problem with that. Our philosophy of our leadership is the oppressor's philosophy. It's the same thing. It's just like when we was in slavery and then they took us out of slavery. All right. When we was in chains, we knew that they had to put us in chains and we was gonna run, right? And then once so-called Lincoln in his Emancipation Proclamation, which didn't even stop slavery, but years down the line, once they took us off the leash, guess what we didn't do? We didn't run because we had nowhere to go. We was already stuck deep into their philosophy. So just because you put a black police officer in a black neighborhood don't mean that you're going to get a black response to a brother sagging his pants down the street or wearing a hoodie. You're going to get the white man's response because that's the philosophy that they carry in their policing.
Right.
The Christian church carries the philosophy of the white man. Who taught him how to pimp you? The white man. your mayors and your governors and you think those chief of police would be chief of police as African Americans if they didn't hold up the standard of the white man, of the oppressor, who knows that stop and frisk is the only way to stop you from committing crimes? That's what they know. Even though it's illegal to just stop and just pat a man down. But because we hold on to the same philosophies as the oppressor, man, we do whatever the oppressor does. This is why we celebrate Christmas. This is why we celebrate all these holidays and we have no culture. It's because our culture is stuck in the Christian church under the Caesar Borgia picture. If you in Chicago, you got Caesar Borgia, you got Harold Washington, and then you got Martin Luther King. You got all three of them right there, right next to each other. I know because my grandma had all three of them. Those three people my grandma praised. And guess what? All three of them was sellout. All right, read.
Come. Our end is near.
Our what?
Our end is near.
Go ahead.
Our days are fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
For our end is come.
Now, when we start feeling like, man, that our end is near, our days are fulfilled, is because we know that there is no rest for us in this place, man. When the oppressor is over us, we getting killed. When blacks and Hispanics is over blacks and Hispanics, we getting killed. Like when do we have any relief in this nation, man? We built this whole stinking nation up, man, and we have no relief. We have nowhere to go to feel comfort. We go to grandma's house and they're gonna shoot the porch up.
Right.
We go to the suburbs where the white folks live at, and they gonna lock us up, or we may die for a traffic stop. Like, where's the relief at for blacks and Hispanics? We have no relief. And we don't have any relief because we want to follow if it wasn't for Martin Luther King, Christ may have already returned. If it wasn't for Martin Luther King, he may have already returned. But because Martin Luther King has gained and pimped so many blacks and Hispanics that we can all join hands and be together in one nation, now we suffer a bigger destruction than we were suffering in the 1960s, in the 1950s. Yeah, it looked bad that we couldn't go into a white person's restaurant, but they don't make good food anyway. What the hell are we trying to fight to go into a white person's restaurant for? So you get a seasonless burger? Come on, man. Good night. Why do we want to go in the bathroom after oppressor, man? They smell like wet dogs. Come on, man. I don't understand what the fight was for. And obviously, Martin Luther King didn't understand either. Because at one point in time, he said, I feel like I brought my family into a burning house, which means I brought them somewhere. I led them into something that is going to cause destruction. He knew that. Now we tell you that, and you telling us that why you want to talk about Martin Luther King like that? He said it. That's the one thing about blacks and Hispanics. We don't listen. We don't look at the times of old and understand that those people who led us, after a while, they started realizing that they was leading us in the wrong direction. There's only one man who has not failed to lead us in the right direction, and that's Commander Junior Hunter, of course, by the authority of Christ.
That's right.
Now, why not try something new? Why not try loving your people? We don't look at hate as let's kill white people. We don't. That's not that. Come on now. The Bible says you can't kill nobody. So why would we advocate for that? But what we will advocate for is a righteous judgment. And when the Most High comes down and says that when the Most High, when the Lord returns and he puts his judgment on the earth, I can't tell you what the Lord gonna do. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to make it to one of the ships. I'm just gonna try to get out of harm's way.
That's right.
You understand? And follow orders if some is given. But I'm gonna tell you, you ain't got to worry about the ISUPK under Commander Junior Hunter touching the hair on nobody's heads, because we know what we have to do for our vengeance to get recovered. We know what we have to do. We know we have to stick together. We have to be one people. We have to love one another, and we have to come together with one consent that there is only one God, and that's Yahweh in the Hebrew. There's only one King, which is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ, and it's not that punk Caesar Borgia that y'all got on y'all wall.
Right.
It's a black revolutionary, man, who changed the game. And he's changing black men and Hispanic men right now to this day. Go ahead. Is there any more on that?
You might want 19.
Let me see. Yeah.
Khan. Book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven.
Who is our persecutors? Go ahead, Car. I know you want to get something, man. I know I've been talking too much, man. This story really got me amped up, man, because I'm all about brotherhood. That was the reason I took this class, because I love my brothers. I love my brothers more than I love myself. I will not eat if I know a brother ain't ate for 2 days. Why do I have to eat for one? Can I give him a day?
That's right.
Like this is what this is about, man. This is not about you. This is not about you being selfish, man. This is about you loving your dang on people, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Oh, you right, sir. That what you saying is so heavy. But our persecutors, like it's just the so-called white man.
Damn right.
You know, this what they do, and it's on many levels. Like you said earlier, like the brothers on the police force, but they still under the so-called white man philosophy. So, you know, and you know, they get mad at us for saying so-called white man. Well, we didn't create that term. Y'all created all these terms: white man, black man, red. Y'all got the nerve to try to call our Native Indian brothers and sisters red people when they got brown skin just like we do.
Man, who get redder than the white man? How can you call somebody a red man? You the reddest man on earth. Put you in some cold. Let's see how red you get. You turn into a strawberry popsicle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Good night. Slug it. I ain't been to cut you off.
No, that's all I really is, sir. That like that so-called white man is our persecutor.
And that's the heavy part of this part of scripture, because we don't. I'll tell you one thing. The reason that blacks kill blacks right now is because we learn how to handle judgment the same way the white man handled judgment with us. The white man knows if we don't listen to what they say, if we don't do what they told us to do, then guess what they do? They kill you and make an example out of you. Guess what? That's what the blacks and Hispanics do in their neighborhoods. They do the same exact thing. If he ain't gonna hear me, then I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna kill him. And then his boy is gonna know that I ain't playing. It's the same philosophy that they got from the so-called white man, who is the oppressor on the earth.
Right.
So believe me, just because you see two black men striving, it's just like the story of Moses. When you see two black men striving, don't think that two black men striving because this is what they do. This is something that's been taught to them. This is the way that they get their power. The same way the white man uses that to get his power. How do you think that they gained America? They gained America by using their deceptive tactics and then killing millions of Native American Indians. You know how bold they was. They killed millions of buffalo just so Native American Indians had no resources to have clothing or food. Like, how wicked is that, man? Don't think we in this together, blacks. Hispanics, don't think you in this together. Believe me, the Isupk and the Commander Johanna, we are down there on the border with our brothers and sisters that they put in cages, man. We down there with our Haitian brothers that's on the border.
That's right.
We down there. Native American Indian brothers, we go to the reservations. We go meet our brothers. We go feed our brothers, and we go clothe them, and we go and sup with them and have some brotherly and sisterly time with these other nations. I mean, not other nations, but other tribes, because we know that they are brothers and sisters. We've been divided for so long that the only way for us to wake up as a people is if somebody stands up to the oppressor and say, I'm going to do what you would never do. I'm going to go help people that you would never help. You understand? We have to go out on the border and big up to, the Texas schools out there, man. They went out there, man. They did their thing. They did their thing, man. You know, Captain Kahan, you know what I'm saying? Captain Yachty, you know what I'm saying? All them brothers out there, man, they went out there and they did something that no oppressor wanted to do and wouldn't do for our brothers and sisters. They went out there and fed them people, man. They gave them their culture. Them brothers was sitting under a viaduct, man, and no one wanted to help them. They had no one to help them. So guess what Commander Johanna did? He helped them because he was ordained by Christ to bring this nation back together. You understand? Go ahead. Slack.
No, Slack, if I could, what you're saying is real heavy because who didn't help us was our own people.
Damn right.
Besides Commander General Yohana and Isupk, none of our other people helped us. Not the Christian church, not just celebrities that you love to praise just because they got a bag of money. Well, I mean, I can remember at the height of the pandemic when everything first kicked off, and it was a little bit a struggle for people to get food until they figured it out. I can remember Cardi B and Offset posting, "Well, we got us a food truck right here." So it's like, and I'm not singling them out because I'm not saying it in a way that they don't care about their people. This just is pointing out the philosophy and the brainwashing, like you was bringing out earlier, out of one. They don't even understand that this is what they're doing. They don't even understand that they hate their own people. They really don't. So this just piggybacking on what you was bringing out earlier, like this philosophy that we under, we don't even understand that we got this type of hate towards each other, because in our mind, as a Christian or whatever, you're not thinking that's how you sound. But to people that don't have nothing to eat, they taking that as hurt. Up in here, Isupk, we feeling their pain because we caring about it.
Damn right.
So when you say something like that, all the white man, the so-called white man, do is sit back and say, "Hey, it's still working. We still got them doing the way we want them to do."
Damn right.
That's all I had, sir. So
man, I'm gonna give you a head for that one, because I'm gonna tell you something. Don't nobody feel the pain like we feel the pain here in the Isupk, man. We really love our brothers and sisters. When we see stuff like this, it breaks our heart, because we understand that, look, we come in here searching for a better way to build up Blacks and Hispanics, man. And when you see things like this, it just yet shows you that we have never started going forward. I don't care who you put in the front office of the presidency. I don't care who you put in, you know, your congressmen and your senators. If you could, Baba, see me one time. I don't care who you put in your leadership positions, and then I don't care who you put in the police department. You could put Uncle Brian and Aunt Jim, Aunt Billie Jean into the police force, and she's still gonna kill you like the white man wants you dead. You know why? Because they share the philosophies of it. And this is the one reason I've said this for many times. I said, you know, the reason that we're destroyed ain't because we get in these high-ranking positions. That's not it, because Commander General Yohana has the highest rank in the nation of Israel, and he does not deal with his people like the way that senators, congressmen, and all the House members and all them do. Commander General just doesn't. You know why? Because he was the white man for the job. Like all you shepherds, so-called shepherds that were supposed to be leading your sheep into safety, you are not doing a good job. I'm gonna tell you, your resume looks real bad, and somebody's gonna judge your resume. I hope you don't think that this is over with. Right. I hope you don't think because you were a congressman for 15 years and 20 years that you're done being graded on the way you led your people. Commander General Yohana has been leading his people for years. You understand? And he will be graded. But if you look at how he's built this school and how he's built his people up, I don't see how he can get anything less than A+.
That's right.
Because if you can see the brothers that he has built up, thugs, people who was murdered, people who carried the same agenda as the white man, has figured themselves out, came in here, cleansed themselves, and became the best brother you can ever meet. It takes a lot of brotherhood and a man who's fit to do it, to be able to build these brothers up out of the prison system, man. 40 years, it's brothers that's been in gangs for 40 years, man, in here. It's brothers that had high rank in gangs in here. And them brothers, man, once they saw that life ain't about killing your brother, which only Commander General Yohana would be able to lead that pathway into, man, now you see a glorious thing. You understand? Go ahead. Yeah, you still on that. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. They pursued us upon the mountains.
Let's start at the top.
Come on. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven.
No, swifter than the what?
eagles of the heaven.
Now we all know who the eagles of the heaven is, right? That's I think every oppressor's every oppressor's kingdom has been has had a symbol of an eagle, because they know that those are one of the apex predators on earth. They are one of the swiftest animals on earth, and we all know that the white man ain't nobody more swifter than the white man.
That's
we all know that. Read.
Come on. They pursued us upon the mountains.
They what?
They pursued us upon the mountains.
The same way they pursue us in the streets, man. They pursue us on the mountains, man. This is what they do to us. They stalk us down. They pursue us. What happened to Trayvon Martin, man? Trayvon Martin was walking away with a hood on, wasn't even paying attention to this oppressor. This oppressor chose to stalk him down and pursue him. And then once he got, then what's that on TikTok where they say it was at this point he knew he messed up.
Right.
When he realized he messed up and he was getting them hands put on him, now he want to kill his brother, because there's no way the oppressor is taking an L from a black man. That's one thing we got to realize as well. Go ahead.
Con. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
They what?
They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
Why you think those police officers is hiding on the side of the stores, waiting for you to drive 1 mile over the speed limit so they can pull you over, man? Why do you think that they lay wait, you know what I'm saying, and wait for you to step outside your door so they can say that you look like a suspect that fits the character of somebody who stole a car? Why do you think they lay wait for you, man? It says it right here why they lay wait for you.
Right.
There has never been a true cause of them doing the policing that they have been doing against us, other than the fact that they know that we're not the same people. They don't have to love us enough to follow their rules. That's what you don't understand. They don't have to love us enough to follow their rules. But guess what else we got the opportunity to do? We got the opportunity to not love them enough to follow ours.
That's right.
You understand? And that's the opportunity that Commander Junior Hunter has given us in this school. Go ahead.
Damn right. That was it on that.
That's it. Go to Deuteronomy 32 and 16 if you could, Baba Shah.
32 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
On that one, you ready?
Mm-hmm. I held it. So, and this is what you got to realize too. You know, a lot of these instances that's happening is our own doing. Of course, the white man has shown us how to do this, but we also have the opportunity to come together. Why do you think that we teaching on the corners every Saturday and Friday? We're not doing it just so we can be loud and obnoxious and unreasonable. We're doing it because we want our brothers and sisters to wake up. The only way we can fix this problem is if we do one thing and one thing only. And just like Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. That's gathering yourselves under one consent, under one law, under one king, under one God. And that's the Most High. If we don't do that, then none of this is ever going to change. If every black leader we have carries the agenda of the oppressor, we're never going to change. If every police officer carries the agenda of a white police officer who doesn't look at us like little Timmy, his cousin, little Andy, his nephew, little Billy, his son, then we're never gonna rise up out of this. Because I'll tell you one thing that I've seen, which is very crazy, because that this whole police thing is happening. I just watched a video where it was like all these black police officers, and they was in a white neighborhood. It was like the surrounding neighborhoods got together, the police departments, and they went around some neighborhoods, kind of like the police meets the neighborhood type of event. There was no black kids there. It was all white kids. All these black police officers was taking pictures with white kids, and you know, and it was white police officers there too. But guess whose neighborhood they didn't go to? They wasn't in the black neighborhood. They wasn't. But guess what they wanted those black police officers to understand? That little Timmy, who you taking pictures with, even if you catch him with some ecstasy, don't lock him up. You met him when he was a kid. You know he can reform. One thing they don't know, they will never tell you is black people can reform too, man.
That's right.
They just don't have the leadership to do it. And that's why coming to the school, man, is reform. Do you want police reform? Do you want neighborhood food stamp. If you want any type of reform, guess where you can come? This is the only government that you can come into to get reform from anything is the Isupk under Commander Yada. You can't get no reform anywhere else. You just can't. Go ahead.
I'm right. Khan, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
They provoked him to jealousy.
What?
They provoked him to jealousy.
Who they provoked to jealousy, Kar? Give it to me right. Just clean and proper.
Like it, sir, the Most High.
Mm-hmm. They provoked the Most High to jealousy, man. Do you not understand when your kids don't follow you and do what you told them to do, that you provoking the Father to turn his back on you? It's like, if you ain't gonna listen to me, then go on and do it yourself then. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Don't come back running to, we heard Father say, don't come back running to me when you mess yourself up.
Right. But
guess what a good father does? He always lets you come back. And this is the same concept of the Most High. We provoke the Most High to jealousy. Go ahead.
Come. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods.
With what?
With strange gods.
Marijuana.
With strange gods.
Money.
With strange gods.
Whores.
With strange gods.
All these things are strange gods, man. They're things that we worship women, we worship drugs, we worship money. These are strange gods that our forefathers really didn't deal with. We only had, look, we truly, our forefathers truly believed that the Most High, if we didn't have riches and everything, that he was gonna make sure we got through. I remember, and I'm paraphrasing, we had a Jericho, where it was like we had no idea. We didn't think we was gonna defeat Jericho. And the Most High said, march around Jericho and then let out a big roar and it's gonna be over with. And we thought that our numbers was gonna be the thing that got us through that war. And it wasn't. It was the Most High. The Most High is all we need to get through this. We think money matters. Well, let's see how much money matters when you holding your money while the rest of your nation starve. Let's see how far your nation gets with that money. You're going to be just like LeBron James and Michael Jordan and all these black brothers who make all this money and does nothing for their nation. Man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Khan. With abominations, provoke they him to anger.
With abominations, eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, seafood, all this stuff, man, those are abominations that has provoked the Most High to anger. He hates it. He hates it. You know why he hates and despises your feast days? Because on Christmas, you definitely got a honey ham sitting on your table with an apple in the mouth, glazed up. You done rub the legs down and everything. But the Bible says, don't eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. You sitting over there on Thanksgiving on a day that is celebrated by the oppressor to celebrate the win over the Native American Indians by the millions of deaths. And you sit there and think that the Lord is with you in that. But then if somebody tell you, let's go to Passover, well, you can't. This is what kills me, man. These fake Israelite groups say you ain't supposed to celebrate Passover. How you gonna tell them don't celebrate Passover, but you telling them don't celebrate Christmas? So who do we celebrate then? What culture do we celebrate? If they can't celebrate Passover, the day of Hanukkah and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, what do we celebrate? So now we just can't celebrate nothing. You're even worse than the Christian pastor.
Right.
Because at least the Christian pastor giving you a culture. It's just the white man's culture. You telling us we can't do nothing. We are nothing. We have nothing to celebrate.
Right.
So, Salaki, go ahead.
I know, sir. You want 17?
Yeah, give me 17.
Khan. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
They sacrificed unto devils.
Unto who?
Unto devils.
We all know who the devil is, man. The Isupk has been saying this for years. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
All right. The Bible is telling you that they sacrificed. Guess what just got sacrificed for devils? Huh? Guess who got sacrificed? Tyree Nichols just got sacrificed for devils.
Right.
Those 5 police officers just got sacrificed for devils. We sacrificing ourselves for devils, man. We going we do this in the. This is what I don't understand, Car. We do this in the hood. So this is your lowest citizen in the black neighborhood, Hispanic neighborhood, these gangbangers. And then when you go up to the high-ranking police officers and everything, we still doing the same thing. We killing each other and then both of their lives is being taken. They kill his brother, then he killed his brother, then they kill his brother. When you a gang banger, when you a police officer, you kill a brother, guarantee you're not gonna get white privilege. Obviously, you see this in the news right now that they will not get the GoFundMe, they will not get the police union. Police union, if that was 5 white police officers, police union they wouldn't even go to jail. They wouldn't be locked up. They wouldn't have got a bond, a bail, none of that right now.
Right.
They'll be at home kicking their feet together, and the union will be taking care of everything. They probably wouldn't even have to show up to court for another year. They'll get placed into another police department where they'll go and they will stalk more blacks and Hispanics. But because these 5 officers are black, they do not get the treatment of this white privilege that they thought they had before they went and stumped this brother's ears in.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Come. They sacrificed unto devils.
They what?
They sacrificed unto devils, not to God. To gods whom they knew not. The new gods.
The what?
The new gods.
Why do we call it the new gods? Because go ahead. I'll let you take what.
Salaga, sir, if I could, because the new gods, because the Most High knew what state we were going to be in at this day and time that we're in right now. And our people are, everything is a god to us now. We sacrifice, the BBLs is a god to our women. The eyelashes is a god to our women. You know, and with the brothers sitting up here that made dreadlocks, they gods where they getting extensions. You know, we just, every little thing that we can make into a god, we just done made it into a god. And it's ridiculous because the list go on and on. We'll be here all night. We'll have been in class and be over with if we put the list up of everything that we really put our heart and soul in. And that's what I think people at home don't understand when we saying gods. They really on a religion type thought process, but when you making things your God, it's just something that you willing to put anything on the line for.
It's your power source. That's why God means power or authority. I just had a conversation with my cousin yesterday, right after the games, and he's in Islam. So the brother steady going back and forth with me about, yeah, but your book is a white man's book. I said, your book is an Arab book. He hates for me to say that because I tell him he's an Arab all the time. I say, you black, but you're an Arab. Why do you call me an Arab? Because you follow the Arab culture. Oh, okay. I said, wait a minute. Wait. I said, cuz, don't you smoke weed? He was like, yeah, I smoke weed. I said, does Allah tell you not to put toxins inside of your body? He said, yeah. I said, but you smoke weed. He was like, yeah. I said, so you don't follow the Quran? I do follow the Quran. I said, does Allah say don't put toxins in your body? He said, yes. I said, do you smoke weed? He said, yes. I said, so you don't follow the Quran? I do follow the Quran, but I said, look, man, if the Lord told me don't be gay and I'm gay, I'm not following the Bible. Is that correct? If there's a law that says don't be gay and I'm gay, I do not follow this religion. I don't follow this Bible. I don't follow this literature. He was, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what he did. He hung up the phone. He just hung up and text back and said, "You know that ain't what I meant, cuz whatever." You know the one thing about black people is, man, we follow these vain customs and we don't even realize that we don't know nothing about these customs, man. You doing things because people taught you how to do them. If you gonna sit here and tell me that Allah loves everybody, then why are you selling drugs to black people?
Right.
Like, I don't understand. So, Slakia.
No, sure, because if I could, what you bringing out so heavy because our people keep saying it's a white man book, and I'm not gonna lie. Before I start to understand what these scriptures was really saying, that was a mindset that I had. Once I got in here, I can't find the white man. So I can't find the so-called white man.
That's one of the heaviest sound bites I've ever heard. Like that's so heavy. The whole time they was telling us this is a white man's book. Somebody find the white man in this book. Somebody can find the white man in this book. If somebody can find the white man being in this book, please send it through. Because no one can find. You can find the spirit of the white man in this book if you go to Obadiah, you go to Esau and Cain. But I guarantee you will never find this white man of today, because at the end of the day, this book was written during the time of when people were black. The whole gist of it, of the Bible, is to let you know that in the days to come, which are the end days, who every nation is. Because even the Bible said black is the tents of Kedar, which were if I'm not mistaken, the Arab nation. You understand? So everybody was dark, everybody was black, or whatever you may call it. But the spirit of this book is what allows you to know who were the actual Israelites in this book. You got to also remember too that Esau left and went up north and went into those caves. You don't get no sunlight. You already know what's gonna happen. You ain't getting no vitamin D. Your eyes turn blue, your head turn blonde, and your skin turn white. I mean, that's just science. Do the Bible have to tell you science, or do you want to go look at the white man's science? We know how you like looking at that so much. Just go look it up. I have. So show me something different. Slocky, go ahead.
Slocky, if I could, what you bring out is so heavy, because can somebody answer this for me? It's two parts. Number one, who writes a book and destroys themselves at the end of the book? Mm-hmm. Number one. Okay. Number two, if this such a so-called white man's book, why they the ones trying to get rid of it? Mm-hmm. Why they trying to make this Bible not exist no more? Yep. If this is his book, why he trying to get rid of it? Who does that? You hear them talking about what's that they like to get themselves? Not the Nobel Peace Prize, the other
Purple
thing.
Heart, not the Purple Heart.
Purple Heart, or any type of thing, accolade that honors them, right? They never throw it away. So if this book is about them and makes them superior over us, why they want to get rid of this?
Because I'll tell you why. Because since 1969, Isupk has been proving them wrong. Right. You understand? 1969, the Isupk has been proven to the world that this is not their book. So now you want to get rid of it after you done taught us this book for over 400 plus years. Now, because some true prophets of the Lord has broken this book down, and it's the truth. Now you want to get rid of the book. Here's the thing. Can't get rid of the book now, buddy. You cannot get rid of the culture of these black men in here, because I tell you one thing about Commander Junior Hanna and all the generals, all the captains, and all the officers that's in this school. We will not back down from our culture anymore.
That's right.
We tired of y'all scaring us into thinking that we have to be like y'all. Tired of y'all thinking that y'all can just bully us into being whoever the hell y'all want us to be. This is not what that is anymore. Damn now right. You have some brave men who's willing to lose everything to make sure that their children get raised up in a society that's not being beat down by the police. That's not being bogarted by these politicians that the white man has put into our cities and into our neighborhoods because they black, but have their agenda on their back. We tired of it. So until we get, I'm not even finna sound Black Lives Matter. I was gonna say some justice and peace, but I'm not finna say that because I don't care about justice and peace. I care about the judgment of the Lord being handed down, and some of that judgment may come on my own people, which I don't like at all. It don't sit well with me because I'm so much of a brother that I don't want it to happen. But who am I to tell the Lord how to place His judgment? Is it unrighteousness with the Most High? No, it's not. You understand? So now that y'all done angered us enough to want to wake up our own people, now you have to deal with us. Now the tables is turning. Now you no longer get a chance to say, hey, little boy, come over here. Because if I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna leave that one alone because I think I think I turned up inside a little bit too much.
No sweat, sir.
It gets to me because as much as we have fought and died and fell for the lies of this oppressor, man, they never give us any type of love. I don't want it necessarily myself, but I'm upset because black people do. And no matter how much they see that they're never going to get the love of the oppressor, they still mourn for it. They still mourn for it every single day.
Right.
They go out and date the pets of their bosses. Like me, I don't do none of that shit, man. Slack you for the language. But I don't do none of that. Like, I only follow one leader, and that leader is Christ.
That's right.
And the only people who I deal with is people who follows Christ. I don't care about none of that other stuff, man. And when blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians start having the same feeling in their heart, in their mind, and everything that they do, then look, this world don't seem that bad. It only seems bad now because you always feel like you're in harm's way. If you knew that the Lord is the only one who can decide your end factor, that you walk around here like you the man.
That's right.
Because you know you're doing the right things. Go ahead, Slack.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. They sacrificed unto devils.
To what?
To devils.
Go ahead.
Not to God.
Not to God. You understand? So you can look at it like this. They sacrificed them to the white man when they could have sacrificed their own feelings to God and not killed that brother, man.
Damn right.
They could have sacrificed how they felt and what they lust was, and this brother, whatever happened with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, he could have sacrificed that instead of sacrificing his brother.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Come. To gods whom they knew not, mm-hmm. The new gods mm-hmm. that came newly up.
That came new, I don't know if y'all know the Islam, Christianity, all these things are new gods. These are like these are all new gods, man. The Most High has been here since the beginning of time. He created everything. Everything else after him is a new God. Everything after him is new because nothing, and I'll tell you even this to put on top of that, even everything that's new has never been able to defeat him. He has not once been defeated. So I don't even understand why we even want to go with these other guys. What do we see? I have yet to see a rock kill the Most High. But yet, these Islamic brothers want to follow this rock. I have yet to see this cross, this wooden cross, do anything to hurt the Most High. But yet, the Christians want to use the cross. Those are your idols. My idol is a living God, man. Damn right. He is not anything, not wood or stone, just like the Bible says. Go ahead.
Come. Whom your fathers feared not.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't he fear these guys? Why didn't our forefathers fear these guys? Go ahead.
Come, sir. So like if I could, because our forefathers, they knew the real God. Mm-hmm. So they knew, like you just brought out a minute ago, what I'm gonna fear something that has no control of whether if I live or die. Mm-hmm. Like all these new guys don't control the breath of life. I mean, we spend all this time mm-hmm. trying to go against what the Most High want us to do.
Damn right.
I mean, you're gonna lose, mm-hmm. so you might as well just do it.
Yep.
I mean, let me get this straight, if I could.
Mm-hmm. You could.
You don't believe that you should do what the Most High said do according to these scriptures. But you believe that when you die, you're either going up to heaven or you going under the ground. You want to believe that, but you don't believe that you should follow this blueprint that was left for us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians mm-hmm. to follow so we can deal with this life until our king return. I mean, you don't have any power in your hands.
Facts.
You don't have any power. Oh, you okay? You got a bag full of money. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got a bag full of money. You living in this big house. You can get anything you want. Yet You're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
I know what people see on social media. I know they see all 32 of your teeth that this God that you don't believe in gave to you.
Yeah.
So you got all this money and you doing all this stuff. Okay. And then at the end of the day, like you brought out earlier, what are you gonna do when your money don't work? Because it's already starting to happen, sir. I go to Dunkin' Donuts to get me a coffee in the morning, and I'm starting to see some of these bank cards ain't working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they not even working, and it's like one of my slaves I do the lift, and I have picked up this so-called white man, and he trying to get a drink, but he can't put it on his card because he put the wrong code in a couple of times, and they just shut the card off completely.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do when there's no customer service? What are you gonna do?
Damn right.
Your money is not gonna. When they kick off anyway, your money ain't gonna mean nothing anyway. To be honest with you, what you gonna do?
All that money gonna get burned up.
That money gonna get burned up. When the banks say, okay, enough is enough, and they hit the power button, what are you gonna be sitting there doing? Steve Harvey, Jay-Z, Puffy. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna come crawling back to the ghettos and the barrios, and guess what we're gonna do in the Isupk? We're gonna let y'all in.
Damn right.
We're gonna let y'all come on back, because that's what real brothers do. That's what real brothers do, man. And we don't just throw our people away. Even though y'all done threw us away, we don't just throw our people away.
Now I will say with that, just because us and the Isupk bring you in because we brothers, don't mean when them spaceships come back to put righteous men on it, that they gonna accept you. Because those angels was giving orders. They gonna be like, he lived a long enough life with all that bread. He shouldn't have waited till the last minute. They're gonna kick you off of it. I don't know. I don't know what the order's gonna be. I'm just saying don't think the time to come into the Isupk under Commander Dream Hunter is right now. It's not to wait. Right. Not to wait till it's turmoil, man.
That's right.
Kanye West, Jay-Z, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, all y'all know what to do. Y'all know what feels right. Y'all know what feels right in your mind and in your body. Come into the school. Sit down for a second. I know you got all this money and you're rich and you got all these jewels and all these things that a rich man has, but like the Bible says, it's harder for a camel to enter into an eye of a needle for a rich man to enter into heaven. You know why? Because you'll never give up your heaven now to get the true heaven that you will be able to get later on.
That's right.
And believe me, that heaven is going to be way more glorious. You in the heaven right now that if you go get you another rib, you persecuted by CNN and Sports Illustrated and everything. In that heaven, you're going to have 17 of them. And if anybody says anything about it, they're going to have to come see Christ.
Right.
They're going to have to come see Christ. So, I mean, just think about what you're giving up, the sacrifice that you're giving up. You're giving up your sacrifice for the devil instead of the sacrifice you should be giving up for God. That's why this scripture says that.
That's right. That was the end on that one, unless you want to go into 18.
I don't want to go into 18. I want to go into that
article.
Yeah.
Okay. You want the drag queen one first?
Give me the white boys first. The couple.
You got to send that to me.
Oh yeah. I got you. No, you will. I got it already queued up. You probably just got to hit the button.
Got it. This is news from the New York Post. Gay couple charged with molesting their adopted sons also pimp them out to pedophile ring, report claims.
Hey man, why you think that Christian pastors are the best pimps there is? They've been taught by the white man how to be a pimp, man. White men will pimp out anything. They'll pimp their wives out. They'll pimp their kids out. This gay couple, man, is so disgusting. They will go and rape their own adopted son. Now, look, I don't really care what the oppressor does with their own kids. It really doesn't matter to me as long as they ain't doing it to blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians. But I'm telling you what philosophies you're following right now.
Right.
Why do you think that there's so many gay blacks and Hispanics in the United States right now? Because they have been created to be homosexuals. They've been raped. They've been raped by uncles and cousins, and the white man has showed us how to be the best homosexual there is. If you think I'm lying, go look at Atlanta. Just go look at Atlanta, man. The biggest population of homosexuality right now is, if you merge blacks and Hispanics, they outbeat everything. Because of course we the best at everything we do. That's just something we shouldn't have been the best at. You understand? So I mean, like it's so real what's going on right now that we watching the times and seeing what's going on, because this was supposed to be two parents that was supposed to be taking care of this child, man. And this child had gotten abused, shipped over to other people to have sex with. This is a little boy, man. They don't even love their own kids. What makes you think they love ours?
Right.
This is pure hatred. If they would do that to their own children, why do you think that they have any remorse for what's going on with blacks and Hispanic children in this world, man?
Right.
This is why you should move away from them, far away. Because not only will they destroy you, look, they don't care about who they destroy. They just want their own, that the pride of them and the lust that they have, it just outweighs every other nation on this earth, man. Go ahead.
Khan. A gay couple from Georgia charged with molesting their 2 adopted sons and using them to record child porn, also allegedly pimped them out to members of a local pedophile ring.
Damn.
According to a distributing Slocky.
No, you good. Distributing.
A distributing new report. No, Slocky. A disturbing new report.
So they was a gay couple, and they went, and not only did they molest the little 2 boys, they handed them out for payment to the organizations to have sex with these little boys. Was getting, I don't even want to look, they oppressors, but man, like, come on now. Like, I don't even want to think about no little boys just being tossed around to different men and just being done in horrible ways. That's something. This teaches you even more how wicked these people are, man. They are so wicked. And then they try to push the homosexuality movement, when homosexuality movement is destroying little kids. It's starting with the little white boys, but the Romans been doing this for years. So, but this is not a custom of blacks. This is not a custom of blacks. You understand? Matter of fact, go to the other one. Go to the other one. If it's still in there. Now those two oppressors, they got locked up for that. But let me show you how we follow the customs of America. I'm gonna show you how we follow these, because the same exact customs we follow, that America follows, these oppressors follow. We follow the same thing. Go ahead.
Khan. Central Park drag queen activist charged with 25 counts of child pornography.
Of what?
Of child pornography.
Now this right here is a drag queen, which is this is not the oppressor. I'm sorry to say, blacks. This is a full-fledged brother. I'm giving him whatever the Lord gave him. The Lord gave him being a brother. He's switched over into a different realm. But this brother has dressed himself up as a drag queen, and then come to find out he has crimes dealing with him. Was it child pornography?
Come.
Child pornography. This is, what do you think? Where do you think we get this from? This is not something that was our culture. It's not something that we've always done. This is something that we've learned. You just watched it. You just watched a nice suburban 2 white men that has sex with their own son, and then sell them off to everybody in the neighborhood. And then you wonder why blacks are so destroyed, because we follow the philosophies of the white man. I just said that. Right. We do it in the police department. We do it in the streets as gangs. We do. The Italian mob taught us how to be black disciples and gangster disciples.
Right.
And how to take turfs and territories. Everything we do is because we follow the philosophy of the white man. Go ahead.
Khan. Bryce Williams was an HIV/AIDS prevention advocate and community organizer who was planning to begin work with Glow Harrisburg, a center for LGBTQ plus youth. When Penn Live interviewed him in June 2021, he also performed as a drag queen known as Anastasia Diamond.
Wow.
He was charged June 23rd, 2022 with 25 counts of possessing child pornography.
25 counts of possessing child pornography, man. Good night, man. Like how long do we have to do it? Will it take for us to realize that the reason we are not going to get out of this destruction is because the white man has gave us a perfect remedy of how to stay in this destruction, man.
Right.
Like, I just read a story about a white man who didn't care about his adopted son. This is a little white boy. Now you got Martin Luther King saying little white girls and white boys should hold hands together and sing Negro spirituals, and you see what that has done to us now. You see what us joining these oppressors have done to us. It has shown us their culture, and we got our own culture. We were not this idiotic, man. We wasn't this ignorant. We wasn't this ignorant to want to watch little black kids and say, I'm an activist for the LGBTQ plus. Now, while everybody's in an uproar, when somebody says something about the LGBTQ, now I want to see if you're going to say anything about this. This is an activist, which means this brother has been teaching this down the line. Somebody under him honors the way that he leads the LGBTQ community. Slack, go ahead.
No, slack it, sir.
No,
once again, if I could, when it comes to the Bible, can somebody please tell me why everybody gets so upset because we reading from the Bible when it's only teaching you how to be a decent human being on this earth?
Right.
Like, why is everybody talking about this article that I just read? Well, in scriptures in the Bible that's against what this brother is doing. So who's right and who's wrong? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? If the so-called white man is the one that, didn't he the one pass laws for gays to have rights?
Yeah, right.
So if he's passing laws for them to have rights, for them to just be able to get your kids and do these disgusting things, then why is he trying to destroy the so-called book? Well, not the so-called book, Salakia, but the book that he so-called wrote.
So-called, right?
Can somebody tell me that?
What was that? What was that? The article you had earlier when it was talking about them giving refuge or something to the people who come on. Of course, ever since the Pope had came out with this declaration of it's not a crime to be gay, which we all know that it is a crime to be gay according to the Lord. According to God, it said man shall not sleep with mankind or woman with woman. We know this. But the Pope, who's supposed to be the head of the church, he says that it's not a crime. So now this is what America chooses to do. Read that.
Khan. According to Metro Weekly, court rules people perceived as gay may be eligible for asylum.
So people who's eligible, people who consider themselves gay, now they can come over to America and have asylum when the Mexicans they have to have a green card, man. They being put in cages down there for coming into a land that was stolen from them. But as long as you're a homosexual and you claim to be gay, which you know what this is going to cause now. This is going to cause the acceptability of the Hispanic brothers and sisters to be gay. Because as much as they care about their family and want to be over into America, they're going to have to claim gay. They're going to have to claim to be homosexual to be able to get residency in America now. When now every other culture Arab cultures, all these other cultures are going to be able to come over here, no green card, and just come over here and live gaily together. You understand? This is so much of an agenda. Go ahead.
Come. A federal appeals court has ruled people perceived to be LGBTQ may face persecution in their home countries, thus qualifying for asylum.
Man, what you think about that? Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, sir, what I think about this is two things. Number one, this is going to cause a big mess. And what people don't understand is that when you're gonna let these people flood in here, and of course, all of them not gonna be gay. Okay, so they're gonna flood in here. You're gonna cause this big old mess, which is gonna make HIV/AIDS spread even at a more rapid rate.
Damn right.
Because two men seem to don't understand that you're more of a problem than a solution with this type of lifestyle. Number one, and number two, this is going to cause some backroom deals to go bad.
Oh, yeah.
That we don't understand that America deals with other countries on whatever they do, and this is going to cause some things to go bad because this stretches a long way. Production, all types of stuff.
Damn right.
So medicines coming forth and things like this. When you got this type of lifestyle, what people don't understand is this. This is not about two people loving each other. I never understood why they love to say, well, people should be able to love who they want to love. You don't have to have sex with everybody you care about. So that's just another way for them to camouflage this whole hidden agenda. And again, the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because for him to want to allow something like this and wouldn't let women and children come over here that's just trying to get away from horrible situations in these other countries is ridiculous. It's just totally ridiculous. And for us to want to follow his philosophy and say, well, you know, I mean,
it also not only, it's like, I don't mean to cut you
off.
No,
you didn't.
But you know what that also shows you? Man, anybody follows the philosophy of the white man, they'll accept them. You understand? The only reason those people are able to come over here because they follow the philosophy of the white man that you can be gay. You understand? The reason that the only reason that Atlanta is accepted, the Christian past is accepted because they follow the agenda of the white. If you follow their agenda, you can live.
Right.
You can live however you want to, as long as you live in the way that I want you to.
Right.
But then when you see brothers like myself, like you, like, you know, like the man above us, who will not follow the agenda of the white man, guess what they do? They censor us. They try their best to get us off the streets. They do anything they can to prove to the world that we just a small few, and if we're not, what do they say? This is not the ideals of this new network. I'm sorry, these are not the views of this network, and whatever they say, please don't take it as a grain of salt. But then when we get out there and we start talking to you, you start realizing that everything that we're saying to you is absolutely right. It's absolutely true. This is the same thing that we've been teaching for years. Christ taught it. You think we get something? You think we out there on the corners teaching y'all something that hasn't been taught for thousands of years already? Because this says, remember the people of old. Who was that? You understand? So, you know, it just so happened that you know, now that we in the position that we in, you understand that now we have blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians that are following these same customs of the oppressor. Now we starting to wake up and start to realize that the destruction is not. But now the destruction of the so-called oppression is not, because now black people are waking up to who they are. You understand? And this is something that is very important and very essential to blacks and Hispanic communities, man. If we don't wake up now, look, I'm getting old. You understand? I want to see Christ return.
Right.
Like I'm ready to start seeing us come together. I see myself and brothers like Tabak and Nas out of Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? Brothers like Yashakar, you know what I'm saying? When I start seeing the blacks and Hispanics start getting together, wakes me up. It's like Folgers in your cup when I see stuff like that, because I know it's time for Christ to return, man. And this is what we waiting on. This is the things that we've been waiting on since Christ left, since he left his disciples, because he said it was going to come a time where there are going to be prophets that's back on the earth, and I'm paraphrasing, that's going to have to do the same things that he authorized his disciples to do. They're going to have to do the same thing under Commander Junior Hunter, man. We have that authorization, man. Go ahead, Slack.
No, so like if I could, sir, I mean, once again, I'm trying to see, how do we think we could force the Most High hand? Like, I don't understand what God our people believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't, because if you tell your child something
Mm-hmm.
and they go against what you tell them, you inflict punishment.
Damn right.
You got that, you in a position, I'm the mother or I'm the father, you do what I tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing with the Most High.
Right.
So of course we have our Father in heaven is very merciful on us.
Mm-hmm.
He's given us time, but it's gonna come a day he's gonna be just fed up. So us not coming together ain't gonna make this go on forever. That's not what's gonna happen. What it is that we just have a merciful Father up in heaven that's giving us a chance, because once Christ is sent back, there is no come back. That we not dealing with that kind of God.
Mm-hmm.
Our Father in heaven is not no joke, is not to be played with. You see what happened when you start sleeping, when men start sleeping with each other, you're dying and shriveling up from AIDS.
Damn right.
I don't care what medicine that these people are telling you, it can't be detected and all that. Man, you is dying of AIDS.
It's funny that those commercials is all you notice they Hispanics and brothers, of course but they all homosexuals. Why ain't these AIDS commercials heterosexual commercials? There are two things. They either black and Hispanic homosexual couples or something like that, or they're old couples, which means they back in the 70s they were shooting up heroin, which we know that was also a pandemic for them as well, getting the HIV virus. So these commercials are targeted, and they've been targeted ever since they started coming out. And what is they meant to do though? Why are they targeted to these people? Why are they targeted to blacks and Hispanics, homosexual couples? Why are they targeted to them? Go ahead.
So like if I could, because they want us more than anybody to believe that, hey, it's okay.
That's the point.
You can live. You gonna live how you want to live. Mm-hmm. You come and get this pill, you're gonna live. Mm-hmm. But my question is this: mm-hmm. Why you don't do the HIV/AIDS commercials like you do the cigarette commercials? Mm-hmm. When y'all do cigarette commercials, y'all showing people with holes in their throat. Mm-hmm. They showing you they before pictures and they after pictures from smoking cigarettes.
Lungs, how they lungs
look. Why aren't you showing people's before pictures and then their after pictures after dying from AIDS? Mm-hmm. Why are you not showing that?
Because if you do, you lose blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
That's why you scare them enough to not want to have homosexual activities.
Exactly.
And that's what the whole agenda is. That's what the gist of it is, man. The white man is a diabolical predator on this earth, man.
Right.
And the one thing about him is his pride is so big that he thinks that he can defeat the Most High, not realizing that the Most High, with just the small amount of prophets that's on the earth right now in the Isupk under Commander Junior Hunter, just think about what this is going to be in 10 years. This earth is going to be ran by the Isupk. And I pray it's under Commander Junior Hunter, but if it's not, it's going to get passed down to a righteous priest. So, Slocky, go ahead.
No, so like if I could, you just said it though a minute ago, when you said the small amount of prophets and priests, and what they doing? Mm-hmm. They censoring us.
Yep.
We don't got millions of people, marching around a rock and wearing bow ties and selling bean pie. We ain't doing that.
We don't like bow ties or purple. Just to let all y'all know.
Damn
right. I know y'all saw the Million Man March around the Barclays Center. We don't like purple. And then bow ties, we don't like things tight around our neck. So
right.
We ain't gonna wear bow ties either. So for all you brothers who practice Islam, you won't see us do that. We in the trenches where real people are hurt and need our help at. We don't have to. What are we gonna do around the Barclays Center? Everybody over there can afford a ticket to go to the game. There's brothers in here who needs food, and I have more than enough time in my life to deal with my brothers who needs these things because he struggles. And worry about some brothers at the Barclays Center in purple in the choir robe, man. I was in church for a long time. I'm tired of seeing choir robes.
Damn
I want to see people in all black with boots on.
That's basically all I was saying, you know.
All right, let's get to can you give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9? Slide. Man, what's going on, priest? You can't check it out.
One came in, you know what I'm saying, to see how that time it was.
You still got your Flexigate sweater.
Yeah, they got it. I'm gonna keep it.
Most high Christ.
1 Corinthians 6 and 9, sir.
Yeah.
Let me know when you get that.
I was just at 2 Corinthians. Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 9. Yep. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Go ahead.
But not, Salakia, be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Nor what?
Nor effeminate.
All you homosexuals that think the Lord loves you because of your heart. The Lord just said you will not inherit the kingdom. Right. You are effeminate, man. The Lord made men to be strong warriors.
That's right.
To be strong bulls, man. To be the ones who are the safeguard for this nation, man. How can you do that when you acting like your mama? Right. Like, come on, it just doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
That's right. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Or what?
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Do I have to ask y'all, how do you abuse yourself with mankind? I hope I don't have to ask y'all how to do that. But I will tell you that the LGBTQ community will tell you that the Lord don't say anything about you being gay and you can do whatever you want as long as he knows your heart. Well, let me tell you something. I know my son's heart. You know why I know my son's heart? Because I know how I raised him. But I also know this. I know as long as I keep my hand guiding him, he's gonna do what I want him to do. But as soon as I take my hand off, he's gonna have a choice. And the Lord has always given us a choice. Right. This is the reason Satan is the angel that he is. You understand? Because he wants to tempt you to show you that you are not the criteria that the Most High is looking for in a man, in a person, in a priest. You understand?
Right.
And when in the same way with my son, I don't care how I build my son up, there's gonna come a day where I'm gonna have to release him. And he's gonna prove me either right or wrong. He's gonna show that I gave him what I needed, or he's gonna disappoint me. And that's the one thing that, I would hate to see, that I raised my son up in the truth. He turns 16, 17, 18 years old and then starts smoking weed. Like, come on now. I've taught you why none of these things work for you. And you'll go your own separate ways. But here's the one thing that the Most High also taught us. That just because, you go and you do things that you ain't supposed to do doesn't mean that I can't have some mercy on you. The Bible says he will have mercy on who he wants to have mercy on.
Right.
Just like a father, if I want to allow you back in the crib after I caught you smoking weed and I said, you better not do it no more, then I have that control on being able to do that.
Right.
But just be wise when you do it. See, there's no one wiser than the Most High. He brings us back into the fold because he does know that even out of 100 of us, maybe he gets one. And that one can raise two. And that two can raise four. Right. Like, we're not wiser than the Most High. Let's take what he's sending us out there as a blueprint and let's build up this nation like Commander Junior has been doing. You understand?
That's right. Come. Verse 10. Nor thieves.
You could drop that. Go to Mark 10 and 6. This is the last scripture. Go ahead.
So if I may, I don't know if you brothers heard it. Officer Mayer brought it out Saturday that the LGBTQ whatever it was a protest that song that Aretha Franklin made. But I Am a Natural Woman.
Good night. I forgot all about that. Yeah. So I just heard this. I've heard this a couple of times now on social network. They said they want to sit here and protest against Aretha. Now Aretha is dead, man.
Right.
Like this sister is dead. You done gave her Grammys. You done did all these things, and then now that this agenda is being pushed so much, you can't even say that you're a natural woman. You can't even say that you're a natural woman, man. Like, come on now. Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, what man has given childbirth?
Right.
Don't worry, I'll wait too. I'm waiting too.
I mean, you know, it's getting ridiculous. It's been past ridiculous, and you know, for all you LGBTQ Israelites, I'm gonna say,
we have some of those.
You got a chance to get your mind right, get your life right. But if you don't, yes, the Most High does know your heart. And if he sees that you don't care about his law, statutes, and commandments, you will be shriveling up and passing away from some terrible disease because of the lifestyle that you like to live.
Damn right.
So you make the choice. You make the choice. You cannot force the Most High hand to be something that he created you not to be. That, I mean, you know, you can get mad. You do what you getting mad for. If your life is so great on what you're doing, what are you getting mad at us for coming up against what you're doing if it's so great what you're doing?
And here's the even more strong point on that. I don't see nobody getting upset about women that transfer themselves to men. I only see when the power and the security of our communities, the Black and Hispanic communities, when they go into being women, then you're upset. We can't say that you're wrong for being a woman, because we can't say that we can't be upset because you want to be soft. Because what do you do once a man becomes soft? You lose your security. You lose the powerful men around you that protects you.
That's right.
But a woman, they already know if a woman, I don't care if you put on a beard and a mustache, you can strap whatever you want to. We know you still can't fight. You still what we can vessel. You're still not gonna be a man.
Right.
The only way we benefit is if they go at Aretha Franklin for saying you make me feel like a natural woman. Because Black women want to feel natural. So what? This is something that should be shamed. Now this should be shamed for being a natural Black woman.
Right.
It's like, go ahead.
So like, if I could, what you bringing out is so heavy because Black women should be paying attention to this.
Yeah, right.
You got all these homosexual friends and stuff, and you think they your friend, and they don't even respect you. They really think they can take your place in the home.
Yeah, right.
So while you sitting up here, and I learned this from listening to and learning from the men above me, while you sitting up there laughing and skinning and grinning in their face, they whole plan is to remove you from the home and they be in there.
Damn right.
So you might want to take heed to what was really being put in front of you and get your mind right.
That's why I just said, you see the airwaves, we just said they rule the airwaves.
Right.
So why is it? I don't even understand why this is even a big thing. Why is it a big story? If you know, this sister has been gone for some years now. Right. Since 2019, I believe she passed away. Now, because this LGBTQ, like, can no women be natural? Like, can no women be women no more? Like, or are they saying we got to accept unnatural women like we accept natural women? I mean, I'm just asking the question. Go ahead.
So like, that's what I was just going to say. What is an unnatural woman? I mean, if natural means that's what you naturally are, right? I mean, they put this on ingredients and stuff all the time. Natural this, natural that. Like
these same unnatural women is eating organic fruits. They don't want nothing with no pesticides in it. They want everything natural, right? The only thing that don't have to be natural is themselves. And this is the thing that gets me, man. You let the oppressor destroy the way you think. And some of you men, I already understand how this falls. When you take the black man out of the house, then you have the mother who raises these kids. Right. They raise these young boys. And these young boys cannot be raised to be men by their mothers alone. That's right. Understand? I'm gonna tell you, I was in a single family household. My mom made sure I went over to my dad's house. Now, the difference between my mom was a nice person, but when I went over to my daddy's house, I was sleeping in bed with guns all around my head. I don't know why he did it. He was a thug. I don't know what to tell you. But that part of me, I needed to see. Because when I got older, I knew it wasn't just about being passive. Sometimes it had to be about protecting yourself.
That's right.
You understand? So that whole Aretha Franklin, that I heard that earlier, man. I'm like, are you kidding me? You finna take away a Grammy award winning song because men want to chop they rods off. If you want to chop your rod off, man, just chop it off. Like, you ain't got to take one of the Legends songs, man. I know the women in the UPK want to be natural women. I don't know about y'all other women, but these women, these sisters in the UPK want to be natural women. Right? You understand? Don't take that away from them. You understand? Go ahead. Is there anything else on that?
You want Mark 10 and 6, right?
Yeah. That's why I was at.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 10 and verse 6. Mm-hmm. From the beginning of the creation.
The beginning of what?
From the beginning of the creation.
Mm-hmm. This is from the beginning. This is when everything was created. All right. Read.
God made them male.
What?
God made them male.
He made them male
and female.
So for you to say that you want to ban, you make me feel like a natural woman because she is a natural woman. One thing you got to realize is the Most High put a difference in between male and female.
Right.
This is what the Bible is saying. Now, the Christian pastor will never tell you this because he's going to game you out of all of your money. He's going to get you out of all your money, and he's going to represent you as a lawyer when people come at you and say that you ain't supposed to be a transgender. This is why Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and all of them are so popular, because guess what they do? They don't believe in black people's rights. They don't really believe in black people's rights. Guess what they believe in? They believe in whatever the white man tells them to believe in.
Right.
They are a paid service to the white man, and what you don't understand is the reason that you don't understand what this scripture is saying is because the white man has told you that a natural woman and an unnatural woman is the same damn thing. Right. Like, go ahead.
That was it on that, sir.
That's it?
All
right, man. We're gonna shut it down after this. This is the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. To the brothers, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Baraka Thumb. To the sisters, Yahweh Shemal Than Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is your Monday breakdown, Brotherhood breakdown class. Pass the class over to Priest and Officer Karkar.